Good afternoon. My name is Mike Rock, Ogle County State's Attorney. We're here to announce, as a result of an investigation that was done by the Ogle County Sheriff's Department, Mount Morris Police Department, working together in collaboration with the Ogle County State's Attorney's Office. An Ogle County grand jury returned a 10-count bill of indictment against a Matthew Plote. The 10 counts include 3 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of first-degree murder, which is murder in a premeditated manner, a count of intentional homicide of an unborn child, that's 3 counts, residential arson, 1 count, aggravated domestic battery, 1 count, and concealment of a homicidal death, 1 count. All the charges that have come forward are non-probationable, with the exception of the aggravated domestic battery and the concealment of a homicidal death. The concealment of a homicidal death charge, any sentence on that particular charge would have to run consecutive to the murder charges. The murder charges, the sentencing range, I won't go through each and every one of them. You do all have the handouts. But it's 20 to 60 years in the Department of Corrections on the murder counts. Those are truth in sentencing, meaning you would serve 100% of any sentence that is imposed. If the first-degree murder charge is proven in a premeditated manner, that particular count would result in a sentence of natural life in the Department of Corrections. I want to introduce some of the people up here right now who helped in the presentation and investigation and just working through this case since it first occurred. I'm going to start to my right. To my right, Ogle County Sheriff Brian Van Vickel. Also with him is Lieutenant Brian Ketter, who's the head of investigations. To my left, our Assistant State's Attorney Heather Cruz, Assistant State's Attorney Allison Huntley, First Assistant State's Attorney Matthew Lyston. They all work with me in the Ogle County State's Attorney's Office and have all participated in the numerous meetings that we've had with law enforcement during the pendency of this investigation. I want to thank the law enforcement for their very hard work on this case. I know they put a lot of man-hours into it to get this case to a point where we could present it to the grand jury. An arrest warrant was issued yesterday afternoon in this case for $10 million for Matthew Plote. He was served with that warrant this morning. He appeared in bond court this afternoon with counsel and was put over to a date in April. I want to emphasize the charges against the defendant at this time are merely allegations. He is presumed innocent until or unless proven guilty in a court of law. I would ask Sheriff if he wishes to step forward to make any kind of statement about the case.
You bonded out then? Is that
I'm
what
sorry?
you're saying? You bonded out then?
I did not say that. So no, I'm glad you clarified. He appeared in court. Bond remains set at $10 million. So if he posts $1 million, he could be released.
So he's in custody as of right now?
I don't believe he's come forward with $1 million as of yet, but yes, if that happens, he appeared in bond court 2.5 hours ago. So as of 2.5 hours ago, he's still in custody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would just like to echo what State's Attorney Mike Rock had said, thanking my investigators as well as the Mount Morris Police Department, our arson investigators, as well as the State's Attorney's Office for all of their hard work. I would be remiss if I didn't say a thank you to the LeMesh family. Obviously, this has been a long investigation. The fire occurred in November of 2020, and today we bring you this information. So again, that to me is something that I really want to focus on, is the family and being able to bring them closure today after a very lengthy investigation. So with that, I truly want to thank everybody involved.
This time, if you have any questions, best of our ability or my ability,
Mike,
I'll attempt to answer.
What's the relationship with who was arrested?
They were in a dating relationship, I think would be fair to say.
Do you know, was he the father of the child, or you can't?
I really don't want to comment on that right now.
Okay.
Do we know where Mr. Potley is from? Sorry.
That's okay. Plote, he was a resident of Malta.
Malta? either for you or Sheriff Van Bickle, obviously it's a 14-month plus investigation. Obviously, you always want them to be fast, but does it say to the quality of this that it was a long investigation, but you did get to hopefully find some sort of justice, not only for the sake of justice itself, but for the family as well?
Definitely, and that's prosecutor's #1 duty, as well as law enforcement, is to pursue justice. That's what was done here. You definitely don't, an investigation takes as long as it takes. Some cases, the investigation does go quicker than others. This particular case, there was a lot of work that was put in by law enforcement to get to the point where we are today.
Was that complicated by the fire, or?
There were a number of factors. Certainly, a fire just adds another layer to the investigation that law enforcement has to do. You heard all the different agencies that the sheriff thanked. So you had a number of agencies that had to be involved to conduct their own parts of the investigation before it could be put together.
Has the Landers family been notified? I assume you've talked to them, or?
Law enforcement has been in contact with everyone. Anybody have any questions about the handout, anything that you've received at all?
How old is he?
Plote has a date of birth of July 10th of 1987. 24.
And you said the date is in April?
Did I just say 24? 34.
And she's asking for a court date.
For court date, yes.
Court date.
Yeah.
Did not turn my hearing aids up, apparently.
What?
We have, thank you. April. Do you know the court date? I don't have that in front of me. I know it was in April.
Where is he being held? Is he being held in
Hoga County Jail.